The world was still recovering from the devastation of World War I. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, officially ended the war. However, it also created deep resentment in Germany. The treaty blamed Germany for the war. It forced Germany to give up land, pay huge fines, and limit its military. The 1930s brought economic depression worldwide. Millions lost their jobs and struggled to survive. This hardship fueled political instability. In Germany, Italy, and Japan, powerful leaders emerged. They promoted nationalism and promised to restore their countries to greatness. These leaders were Adolf Hitler in Germany, Benito Mussolini in Italy, and Emperor Hirohito in Japan. They embraced fascism, a political ideology that glorified the state above all else. Fascism promoted militarism, aggressive nationalism, and often relied on a charismatic dictator. On September 1st, 1939, Germany invaded Poland. This act of aggression shattered the uneasy peace that had held since World War I. France and Great Britain, bound by treaties to defend Poland, declared war on Germany 2 days later. World War II had begun. Hitler's army used a new military tactic called blitzkrieg, meaning lightning war. It involved fast-moving tanks and airplanes, overwhelming the enemy with speed and surprise. Poland, despite bravely resisting, fell quickly to the German forces. The Soviet Union, under Joseph Stalin, had signed a non-aggression pact with Germany. This pact secretly divided Poland between them. The Soviet Union also seized territory from the Baltic states of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. The invasion of Poland marked the beginning of a global conflict. It would become the deadliest war in human history, involving more than 30 countries and resulting in an estimated 40 to 85 million casualties. In the early months of the war, Germany seemed unstoppable. They conquered Denmark, Norway, the Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg with stunning speed. In June 1940, German forces marched into Paris, capturing the French capital. France surrendered soon after. Britain now stood alone against the Nazi war machine. Germany launched a massive air campaign against Britain, known as the Battle of Britain. The German Luftwaffe, hoping to destroy the British Royal Air Force and pave the way for an invasion, bombed British cities and military targets. The Battle of Britain raged in the skies throughout the summer and fall of 1940. British pilots, though outnumbered, fought with courage and skill. They were aided by a new technology, radar, which helped them detect incoming German aircraft. The British people, enduring bombing raids and showing great resilience, refused to surrender. By October 1940, the Luftwaffe had suffered heavy losses and failed to break the British spirit. Hitler was forced to postpone his plans for an invasion of Britain. The Battle of Britain was a turning point in the war, marking the first major defeat for Germany. While war raged in Europe, Japan expanded its empire in Asia. On December 7, 1941, Japan launched a surprise attack on Pearl Harbor, a US naval base in Hawaii. The attack, intended as a preemptive strike to cripple the US Pacific Fleet, killed over 2,400 Americans and damaged or destroyed numerous ships and aircraft. The next day, President Franklin D. Roosevelt addressed Congress, famously declaring December 7th a date which will live in infamy. The United States declared war on Japan, officially entering World War II. Germany and Italy, allies of Japan, declared war on the United States a few days later. The attack on Pearl Harbor had a profound impact on the course of the war. It brought the United States, with its vast industrial and military might, fully into the conflict. The United States, joining forces with Great Britain and the Soviet Union, formed the core of the Allied powers.